Well, there is another topic that some time ago you very respectfully asked our neighbor country to return our military's equipments and vehicles and helicopters. Did you visit or talk to American side or our neighbor countries, and what is the result of that? Before my talk to them, we tried to contact them. We tried to solve this issue through negotiations to possess our country's property back. Then after that, I contacted our Foreign Affairs Ministry and I told them to try to solve this issue, and they also promised me that they will try to solve this issue through a diplomatic way. They also told me that they will try to return the equipments through a diplomatic way back to the country. And this is never that important topic because this is the property of our country and no one is able to take this from us. And also we don't let anyone to do so. So in any country there are, we have records about them. Whether it's helicopters, any kind of airplanes, other equipments, we have full records of them and also the country where they are. We want these equipments to be returned to the country back through negotiations, and we don't want any problem to happen because we want this country to be free of war or problems or that kind of things anymore. So we don't want any problem with our neighbor countries or other countries anymore. But this is our property and we asked for our own property, and everyone has their own property and they have the right to ask for it. So we asked for our own property and we will do it in the future. Yeah, you have talked about war. As the Islamic Emirate overcame, the Islamic Emirate military have fought with Iran border forces once and then with Tajikistan border forces. How that wars happened? We tried our best and we advised our border authorities to be as good as possible with the neighbor countries. But sometimes, unfortunately I must say, some problems have been caused from their side. Now they tried to carry out illegal materials and we avoid that. So once we avoid, they started shooting our border forces. Means the first shot was from their side. And then we started shooting them responsively and we just responded to them. And when the problem happened with Turkmenistan, first they killed an Afghan and he was a civilian. So we started talking to them about him and they promised us that it will never happen again. But then again, during the speech, they've beaten another Afghan very badly. He was beaten such a cruelly that even he was carried out to the hospital. So in this case, a military confrontation was happened between us and them, and then after that we tried to follow this issue and we got 100,000 Afghani as a compensation of that killed Afghan from them, and we give that to his family. And also we got a compensation for the injured as well. So then after that I had a visit of that area and I was told that this is the first time in the history of Afghanistan that this compensation has been taken from a neighbor country. So my message to our neighbors is that we don't want any problem with anyone, but in case our people or our homeland is being violated, we defend from our people and country by any cost, even if it costs our life, and we don't have any fear from anyone. Dear Minister, do you allow Pakistan to complete the process of barbed wire on the border? This is a very controversial issue. The former government allowed them with the process. Now the process is almost done, only a small part is remaining. And we didn't decide about this yet. I shared this with the Ministers' Council, and I also shared this with the leadership. So any advice we get from the leadership, we will follow that. But for now, we didn't allow them with the process. But in the future, whatever the decision of the Islamic Emirate and the leadership was, we will take action accordingly. Is ISIS a threat to Afghanistan's future? I think ISIS is not a threat to Afghanistan. Because it will be clear for you and the nation of Afghanistan, because Afghan nation is also an intelligent nation, alhamdulillah, and they have a lot of experience. It will be clear for them as well that who is this that make ISI bigger, who's that, who motivates them, who's that who feel a lot of danger of ISI to Afghanistan and Afghan people. So this is clearly a campaign for them. People are doing it. We avoided ISI about 85% or 90%, and we also avoided all those who caused the insecurity and harmed the people and the system. Our intelligence is very active, and they worked on it a lot. They served a lot. May Allah bless them all. And in the future also, our military forces and intelligence are well aware, and we will never let them cause any problem to our people or our homeland. One other issue is that Pakistan has been witness of some terrorist attacks lastly, and I heard Pakistani authorities' speeches about it. They claim that these terrorists' hiding places are in Afghanistan, and they arrange these attacks from there. Now, are these groups really in Afghanistan? I reject this because we promised the world in Qatar and Doha, we committed there that the Afghan homeland won't be used against anyone, and we are still committed to that commitment in case the world stay committed to those commitments. So we reassure our neighbor countries, far well-located countries, America, Russia, and China, that our homeland won't be used against none, and we try our best in this case, and we will. And I deny these allegations against us, and these are baseless and not true. Some people who live outside of the country say that they will stand against you in the next summer. What is your response to them? These are just nonsense talks. They're trying to confuse people's minds and make people anxious. They only don't want the security, peace, and happiness to Afghans. There are different countries who promote this, and we won't allow anyone to disrupt the security of the country or stand against the government. Whoever stand against the government will be neutralized and will prevent them. And I assure the countrymen that we are working and try our best for you and the homeland security. And inshallah, we will try our best to not let anyone to cause any problem. However, you pointed out this that in Defense Ministry almost 90% of staffs are the former government staffs. But some days ago I heard an interview of General Farid Hamidi, the commander of Afghan special forces in the former government. He claims that about 2,000 commandos of the former government have been treated or beaten or even killed by the Islamic Emirate. Is that true? It is never true. Such things only get shared to make a dissatisfaction among those who is inside the country. Those who are outside, they're trying to encourage these who are inside the country to leave the country the same as themselves, and also suspend our government here. I confidently say this, that anyone who were the former government employee, commandos, police, or whatever, they can stay and live here. Afghanistan is everyone's own homeland. We won't make anyone to leave the country, and we don't try to, but we work and try to make everyone stay here. If anyone is happen to face such problems, we announce contact numbers. Defense Ministry and Interior Ministry announced contact numbers for any complaints. If, for example, anyone is happened to face any problem by anyone, they can contact us and we'll protect them and ensure their security.